to the 23rd Annual Chef's Feast, where we all come together for one night to raise funds to fight childhood hunger. I'm your virtual host, Alexis Barbalace, and I am a proud member of the Lowcountry Food Bank's development team. We are coming to you live from the 23rd Annual In-Person Chef's Feast, and we hope you will enjoy this evening show where you get to join in on the night's festivities and hear firsthand from the children who benefit from your generosity. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Nick Osborne, the Lowcountry Food Bank's president and CEO, who will start off tonight's event.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight virtually. We are so excited to offer this new way for anyone to participate in this year's Chef's Feast. Tonight, you will get a chance to not only see the impact you have made this past school year, but also learn about the innovative ways we continue to adapt to meet the needs of children wherever they are. Across the 10 coastal counties of South Carolina we serve, over 45,000 children struggle with access to nutritious food. That's 1 in 5 Lowcountry children who struggle with hunger. I'm really inspired by you and our community's commitment and passion in the fight against childhood hunger. Tonight, let's ensure that no Lowcountry child goes to bed hungry. Thank you.
Yeah, you can give a round of applause. We're all back here in person this year. Yeah.
I have no idea.
The chefs were fantastic. The evening is wonderful. Good evening, everyone. We're happy to have everybody here in person, and we're happy to have folks joining us virtually from home. We want to thank you for being a part of tonight's evening. I'm ABC News 4 Chief Meteorologist Dave Williams, and thank you. Thank you, and I'm honored to be here tonight as the MC for the Lowcountry Food Bank's event this evening. I'm proud also to represent ABC News 4 as the media sponsor for the 23rd Annual Chef's Feast. This is a very special event and a special mission this evening. Tonight we will make a difference in the lives of many children right here in our community who experience hunger. At this time, I'd like to introduce Brian Miller. He's the president and CEO and the presenting sponsor of the Chef's Feast, which speaks to the commitment of the Atlas Technologies team and to the Lowcountry Food Bank for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Brian.
All right. So, man, this is really, really great to be back in person. But I know what you're thinking. This is going to cost me a lot of money. And I don't mean by the donations. I'm talking about the new tux I have to get after COVID. But I am the president of Atlas Technologies. We have a great group here tonight. We're all having a great time, eating great food. We're very proud to be the presenting sponsor of the 2022 Chef's Feast. So I'd like to welcome everybody that's joining in virtually. And as I said last year virtually, the camera puts on 30 pounds. So, but it is really a great opportunity to make a tangible impact on the critical fight against hunger for our Lowcountry children. I mean, that is what we're here for. And we really want to make a difference. So at Atlas, we make it a priority to be part of our communities everywhere we're at. And we have, served since we started like nearly 25 years ago now. So our day job is providing secure maritime communications as part of the defense industry base. Isn't that great for the government? But that's our day job. Our passion is to creating a positive impact for our customers, community, and country. So that is why we're here. And in addition to supporting hunger relief, we also support, STEM education programs, larger generations in our community to ensure kids can reach their potential. I mean, really, this is about kids. I'm already grown up, not gonna make me any smarter, but we do know that the kids need a fighting chance. And so what we're doing here tonight helps our children grow up with less food insecurities, less hurdles to achieve their goals. And we were making a pretty good dent before the pandemic. But let me tell you, it is still a serious issue in coastal South Carolina. We have more than 55,000 children experience food insecurity in the 10 counties that we serve, with more than 10,000 children experience hunger in the Lowcountry area alone. The Lowcountry Food Bank hunger programs, they really ensure that children have access to healthy foods wherever they're at. And that's food pantries at their school, which obviously in the pandemic, that stuff kind of went away. The meals to take home for weekends, school breaks, hot food after school care, breakfast, lunch, summer camps. I mean, the Lowcountry Food Bank is everywhere, and it's really there to serve our children. I've packed a lot of backpacks myself, but research shows, honestly, that children with consistent access to nutritious food have higher grades, and they test better, and they have better attendance, better behavior. I mean, and as we're looking at our future, we really need to look at our children, because that is our future. So Lowcountry Food Bank provides data-driven, targeted programs to alleviate child hunger. They aim to improve the outcomes for the children who are in our communities at most at risk. They do Kids Cafe, Backpack Buddies, which I said I packed a few, school pantry, school market, fresh produce programs, summer feeding. It's just amazing what they do. So we are honored to support Lowcountry Food Bank. They are always trying to find innovative ways to support our children, our community. And we've been a partner with them for many, many years. We love doing things with them. And I've said this before, if you own a company and you want some team building, go unpack some groceries from pallets. You'll find some team building in there. So, but tonight, we are truly here to open our checkbooks, open our wallets to help support this cause. So that's what I urge you to do. And if you don't, I'll come see you. So thank you very much and welcome.
Yes, great job there, Brian. And we're so happy to have Atlas Technologies here this evening. And give yourselves a round of applause, Atlas Technologies. So you met Brian in the Atlas Technologies group, and maybe you haven't yet, but Nick Osborne, he joined the Lowcountry Food Bank right during the heart of this pandemic. And Nick is just deeply committed to ensuring that our neighbors have fair and equitable access to healthy food in concert with our agency partners. He's committed to being an active listener, especially to individuals we work with and serve who have lived and experienced food insecurities right here in the Lowcountry. He believes that access to healthy food is a basic human right, and he believes that every child has a right to a seat at the dinner table. Now, please allow me to introduce once again Nick Osborne, the president and CEO of the Lowcountry Food Bank. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Dave, and also thank you very much indeed, Brian. And thanks to the entire Atlas Technologies team for stepping up as our presenting sponsor for the incredibly fourth consecutive year. And for all the work that you do within our community to make a tangible impact for all of our neighbors. We're thrilled to see you all here this evening, our amazing community partners, our donors, our board of directors, volunteers, and of course, our dedicated staff. As each of you carry out critical work to ensure that every child in the Lowcountry has access to healthy food, we're reminded that no child should ever have to worry about when they will eat again. Families have the right to food access, enough food for everyone in their household, without having to worry about when and where the next meal will come from. We often take food for granted, but it is critical to ensuring we stay healthy and lead a good quality of life. Our ability to provide healthy meals for our neighbours is therefore essential. As we enjoy tonight, let's not forget that 1 in 5 children in the Lowcountry will not have enough to eat this evening and will probably wake up tomorrow feeling hungry. At the Lowcountry Food Bank, we believe that every child has the right to a seat at the table for a healthy meal. Tonight, I ask you please to join us and make a positive impact for the lives of all of our children. Thank you all very much.
The Lowcountry Food Bank provides food insecure children with access to healthy food every day, even as we navigate the ongoing challenges of the pandemic. We believe access to healthy food is a human right and that every child deserves a seat at the table.
When you don't have food, you're more likely you're not happy, you're angry, you're irritable. So being able to provide food brings on a positive mood.
Feeding mind, body, and soul is just so important because without food, you can't nourish any of the parts of your body.
1 in 5 children in the Lowcountry does not know where their next meal will come from.
We live in a world today where I feel that we should not see a situation where anyone should be going hungry.
No child should have to worry about when they will eat again, and no parent should have to skip a meal or risk not paying a bill so they can put food on the table for their family.
They do share, especially when they get home, because they do have younger siblings in the home, and that's exactly what we want this program to do, to be enough for everybody in the house.
One of the ones that's been just so impactful for the kids and the teens that we see in our library branches has been the Kids Cafe program. We know that there are kids in Charleston County and in many counties that they have their meals at school and then they may not get another substantial meal until they go back to school the next day.
To fight childhood hunger, our dedicated community partners distribute food and educational materials to meet children where they are through the following Lowcountry Food Bank programs. Food pantries at schools. Meals to take home on weekends and during school breaks. Freshly prepared meals at after-school care programs. Fresh produce at neighborhood food distributions. And breakfast and lunch meals at children's summer day camps and recreational programs. By providing strategically targeted programs to alleviate childhood hunger, the Lowcountry Food Bank continues to improve outcomes and the quality of life for children in our communities who are most at risk.
This is what's in the bag. These can come home every week if you would like this. And we would get more of our children who we are missing, because I feel like we're missing plenty.
Unfortunately, we again served more neighbors last year than we did the year before. We continue to face challenges because of COVID-19, such as high food costs, supply chain issues, labor shortages from food suppliers, and transportation delays. The Lowcountry Food Bank needs your support more than ever.
Our ability to be able to provide those nutritious meals for those in the community is going to be essential both today and also going into the future as well.
Only through working in concert with donors, community partners, volunteers, and our dedicated staff can we ensure that every child has a seat at the table every day to have access to healthy food.
$5, $10, $15, 2, 3 canned good, it really feeds a family.
They are so grateful. They're so appreciative, and it just does all the good just to see how grateful they are.
Donate now to Lowcountry Food Bank.
every time I'm going in these classrooms and I'm dropping off these bags, that's a child that's not going hungry.
It is so important to nourish Lowcountry children so they can flourish in school and beyond. A special thank you to our school partners who help participate in this video and showcase how our programs provide nutritious food to Lowcountry children. Friends, we have one goal tonight: to ensure no child will worry about where their next meal will come from. You can make your impact right now by texting 51055, the phrase Chef23. That's 51055, and the phrase CHEF23. Follow the prompts and enter your donation amount. You can make your donation without having to minimize your screen or lose this live stream right now. Tonight, we need to raise a total of $432,000 to fund all our childhood hunger programs throughout the school year. I know between the supporters behind me doing their auction and bids right now and your support online, we will reach that goal. I want to invite our lead chef, Jacques Larson, to join us. Jacques is the executive chef at our beloved Lowcountry restaurants, Wild Olive and Obstinate Daughter, and he has participated in all but one of our annual Chef's Feast. Thank you, Jacques. Come on over.
Now I'd like you to make the donation.
Thank you, Jacques.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Well, it's nice to be back in person this year.
Jacques, I know you participated in all but one, but for nearly 20 years you participated in Chef's Feast. Can you tell me how maybe the mission has changed for you as your family has grown?
That is a very good point. I think I was 29 when I did the first Chef's Feast, and realized the huge social impact and good it did in the community for many, many years. But my son just turned 9 last fall, and I think now that the mission of the food bank is clearer than ever, and taking Jack to school every year, and all the kids that go to and fro, it's hard to believe that statistics show 1 in 5 of them do suffer from food insecurity, and it just makes the mission all the more pertinent and personal.
Very true. Thank you, Jacques, for everything you do to make this event a success.
Thank you. Great to be here. Thank you.
So thank you, and I hope
Well, friends, while we were interviewing Jacques, a generous donor in this room has committed $23,000 in honor of the 23rd year of Chef's Feast, and they're going to use it as a matching gift. That means any gift you make online tonight will double its impact. A $180 gift can now sponsor 2 children in our Backpack Buddies program. $500 can now provide nutritious food for 2 months of a school pantry, reaching more than 120 families. Any donation amount can make an even bigger impact tonight. Even $5 or $10 can now create more backpacks, prepared meals, and bags of fresh produce to feed Lowcountry children. You can now double your impact by texting 51055-CHEFS23. That's 51055-CHEF23 with no spaces to make your gift right now. Or if you haven't maximized your screen, you can see right above us the Donate Now button, and you can process your donation that way. It will still open a new window, so it won't disturb you and you're watching. Let's hear more from the people who help run childhood hunger programs. The members of this team are the boots on the ground making these programs possible. Please help me welcome Chef Emily, who recently celebrated 5 years at the Lowcountry Food Bank. So happy to have you here. So you are in charge of the Zucker Family Production Kitchen. Could you maybe give us a little tidbit of how a meal is prepared and all the efforts that go into it?
Sure. So we try to make kid-friendly meals, but they also need to be healthy. So that can be a challenge. But we really want to not just feed their bellies. It's very important so they have energy for playing, for doing their homework, having a good night's sleep. But we also want to instill in them an appreciation, a palate for healthy food. Will be a lifelong dietary choice. So once the menus are chosen, we have 40 wonderful volunteers who come into the kitchen every week, and they make the meals with such joy and pleasure and hard work, and we really couldn't do it without them. And then finally, I just really want to mention all the boots on the grounds at the places we send the food. It's the librarians, it's the teachers, it's the after school program caretakers, and they really go the extra mile to make sure that children are getting a healthy meal in their in the afternoon.
That's so true, especially with COVID and all of the challenges we had with that. A lot of these after school care programs were closing, and we didn't have access to children who may need some food. So what have we been doing to adapt our programs to make sure that we are reaching those children?
Yeah, the last 2 years have been hard. They've been hard, I think, especially for parents and for students. And I think even more especially for students and parents who are already sort of facing hunger to begin with. So yeah, we really had to pivot. We had to come up with new ideas of how to reach these children that needed it the most. And so we came up with some really great ideas, you know, it sort of forced us to have some great ideas. And so, you know, an after school program wasn't open where a kid could get a meal once every day, daily. So we would stack 5 meals, and they could get a week's worth of meals at a distribution one time a week. Or we would do pop-up produce, like a farmer's market style, where we'd load up these beautiful bags full of produce, and we distribute them to the school when the bell rings. So the entire family had access and had additions to their food pantries. And so a lot of these things, like all things, come out of like necessity or challenges, and we've really embraced some of them.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for your team and everything that you guys do in the fight against childhood hunger.
Thank you.
Let's go now to...
Folks, we are getting close to the end of the evening, and even closer to our goal of $432,000 in the fight against childhood hunger. The people behind me are making their commitment. You may be hearing loud applause, and you can too. Here to express the importance of support this evening is Monica Scott, the Lowcountry Food Bank's board chair.
Good evening. My name is Monica Scott, and I'm chairperson of the Lowcountry Food Bank's board of directors. We can't thank you enough for joining us this evening. We all believe that our children shouldn't wonder when they're going to eat next. Parents shouldn't wonder if they need to skip meals or risk not paying bills just to keep food on their tables. Your contribution tonight can help fund the most important and most essential child hunger programs at the food bank. These include things such as Backpack Buddies, Kids Cafe, and Fresh for Kids. There are many ways that you can get involved in this fight. If you feel you can't contribute financially, you can come by the facility and help pack food boxes for distribution, or you can host your own online fundraiser. It's when we come together as a community that our impact is the most amazing. We at the food bank believe that every child has a right to a seat at the table. And I know collectively we all believe that no child should go to bed hungry. Once again, thank you so much for your generosity this evening.
Thank you, Monica. Friends, we are so close to our goal. Between your support online and the supporters in this room, we're already at $375,000. I know lots of action is going to still be going on right behind me, and I know you'll still make your impact too. If you have not already given a gift tonight, I encourage you to click on the left-hand side of your screen, again if you aren't full screen, that says Fund the Mission. You can choose which programs you would like to support and see exactly the impact your donation can make. You can also hit that Donate Now button or text 50155 Chef 23. Remember, any gift you make this evening will be matched up to $23,000. We hope you enjoyed attending the 23rd Annual Chef's Feast virtually, and thank you so much for joining us. Know that you are making a difference in the lives of Lowcountry children who struggle with hunger. Thank you for your support, and have a great night.